Hey everybody, RetroVival here and welcome back to another video. Today, we are looking back on one of my favorite eras in gaming. We are looking back on the Xbox 360. Xbox as a brand lately has been getting some pretty negative press and it's just in a bit of a weird place at the minute. And while I'm a PlayStation, Nintendo and PC kind of player now, I love Xbox. I want Xbox to do as well as it possibly can. I want Xbox to be one of the big three in the games industry. They need to stick around for the betterment of everyone else, and of course, their loyal fanbase. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to bring some positivity into the conversation and just share some Xbox 360 memories of my own. So I'm going to talk about some games, not every game I've ever played on the console, but just some special ones to me. And what I want you guys to go and do is go into the comments section below and share some of your own favourite Xbox 360 memories. So the first time I ever seen an Xbox 360 being played was at my friend's house, and himself and his cousin were playing a little game called Gears of War. Seeing Gears for the first time was incredible. It was like I was looking at a movie. It just looked insane. From the combat, to the gore, to the graphics, Gears of War was such an amazing showcase for the 360. And the entire time watching my friend and his cousin play the game, I kept thinking to myself, I need to get myself one of these. I want an Xbox 360. And maybe just over a year later, that finally happened. And the first game I ever played on 360, well, it was not Halo. And it was not Gears of War. It was not a game that's considered the greatest game of all time by any means, but it's a game that I love and I have a lot of nostalgia for. And that game is Turok. Turok was a reboot of the N64 series and it took it in a very different direction. Turok was going the more military route with this one. It was much more of a Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty kind of game than previous entries. And obviously for lifetime fans of the series, I can imagine that might have been a bit annoying, but for me being a newcomer, I bloody loved this game. I have such nostalgia for this game despite all its flaws. It's such a fun wee game. It's one of the first games along with Gears of War where I was playing it and I was like, wow, this is leagues ahead of what I was experiencing on the PS2. Now the funny thing with Turok was Turok is also associated with one of the worst moments for me with the 360, and that was not only when I got the Red Ring of Death, but when that Red Ring of Death also proceeded to absolutely shred my copy of Turok. Within like 1 minute, I lost Turok and I lost my 360 at the same time. Now this next game, I remember seeing it in a video game magazine, but not being aware of when it was going to be released. And randomly, I was in Asda up in Northern Ireland one day before Christmas, and I spotted it along with Lego Indiana Jones on the shelf. And my parents decided to pick it up for me as a Christmas present as long as it stayed under the tree until then. And I sat and I looked at that gift wrapping for weeks. I was waiting to play GTA 4. I could not wait to play this game. This was a game that I put so many hours into the single player and the multiplayer. The multiplayer in this game was so simple, but it was so fun. I spent hours upon hours in the airport on this game doing stunts off the different ramps, skydiving off skyscrapers, looking for Easter eggs like the heart and the Statue of Liberty, or driving full speed into that bloody glitched swing set. GTA 4 was an incredible game, and I really hope Rockstar give it some form of remastered treatment soon. Now one day I was visiting my cousin and he started showing me this really cool fantasy game called Fable 2, and it felt like a truly special game. We spent hours grinding money to buy houses and businesses, and that entire day hanging out with my cousin completely sold me on this game. We were adventuring around the place, we were buying shops, we were buying new weapons, and experiencing some of the story, and I had to get it. I had to experience it for myself. I had to make my own character and go about this world in my own way. And I did. It became one of my favorite games of all time. I love Fable 2 so much. Fable 3 could never have reached the height for me of Fable 2. It's such a special game to me. I've actually talked in depth about Fable 2 on the channel, so I'll put a little annotation on the screen if you want to check it out for yourself, and I'll do the same for other games I cover later on that I've spoken about before. Now this one might be controversial, but this is still my favourite Halo game. I absolutely love Halo Reach. I got it on release day, and it's the Halo I've put the most hours into in terms of its multiplayer. The SWAT and infection mode in this game were amazing, and the story of Reach is one of the best in the series too. I love Reach so much. Now, the announcement trailer for Red Dead Redemption and the in-depth gameplay previews they showed as well had me dying to play this game. It is one of the best 360 games ever, and PS3 games ever, and the memories of playing this game online and joining up with random groups of people and becoming friends with them and riding about the West like an outlaw gang will never be replicated for me again. Red Dead Redemption is such an amazing game, and the story of this game is fantastic. And if you've played Red Dead 2 and you've not experienced 1, obviously it's a lot jankier, it's a lot less complicated, it's a bit of a simpler game. It's incredible. I implore you to play Red Dead Redemption 1, and that's a little reference if you didn't get it.
You implore me? You implore me? You always were one for fancy words.
Now, this was another game I discovered through reading a games magazine. This insane looking Batman game set in Arkham Asylum. And the cool thing about this game at the time was it had already just released. And I had saved up money from my birthday just beforehand, gave it to my mum, and she covered whatever the rest of it was for me. It was such an incredible start to an amazing series. Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Origins, and so on created such an amazing world for us to explore and made Batman one of the best licensed IPs in gaming, and became probably the best superhero game of all time at the time as well. Now, this next game is the single most important game for me in terms of creating content, and especially the friends that I've met over the years because of it, whether as a result of the game itself or the friend groups that I got introduced to because of this game. My friends Dan, Mitch, Kieran, Ryan, James, Jack, and a lot more all tie back to me just playing Minecraft and making videos. The Syndicate Projects Minecraft Project series had me dying to play Minecraft for a long time, and when it finally came to Xbox Live Arcade, it was the most engrossed I've ever gotten in a video game. I made this massive map on it in survival, and eventually swapped over to creative when I wanted to do bigger and bigger projects. Makeshift Hunger Game matches, spleef, and more all became a regular thing every time I jumped back into Minecraft. And I still to this day think 4J Studios made the best console version of Minecraft. I think it completely trumps the Bedrock version we have on console today. I love thinking back to moments like this. Skyrim was not on my radar in the slightest. I had no experience with the series whatsoever. And just before Christmas again, I went into my old GameStop, may it rest in peace, and spotted this sitting on the shelf. I had the same experience years beforehand with Pokemon Pearl. I didn't know it was out, I didn't know it was a thing, and it was a period of time where I wasn't 100% clued in on everything happening in gaming. So things like this would just pop up by surprise. Despite it being released to hell and back, in every shape and form, Skyrim is such an incredible game and was such an incredible game to experience on the 360. And 360 is truly the purest experience I've had playing Skyrim. I had no knowledge of the series, no knowledge of the game, and I just got to experience this incredible world for the first time. Now, there's tons of other games that I could talk about. I haven't spoken about Fallout 3, I haven't spoken about New Vegas, Battlefield, the memories I have playing Call of Duty Zombies with my cousins and my neighbours and stuff. I don't have enough time to go over everything, but there's so many different games on this console that I love. From all of those to Crackdown, Left 4 Dead and more. Xbox 360 was an amazing console, and we all have our own personal favourites that we played on it. We also had the Xbox Live Arcade that I mentioned recently in my Dead Rising Case Zero video, where we had Case Zero, Cloudberry Kingdom, Peggle, Trials, Limbo, Doritos Crash Course, Castle Crashers, I Am Alive, South Park Let's Go Tower Defense Play, and of course, Battlefield 1943. Xbox Live Arcade was an incredible platform on the 360. It was just such a cool way to promote indie games and for bigger game developers to make more experimental games too. I really hope Xbox is around for a long time to come. I hope we get a new Xbox console. I do hope Xbox gets exclusive games. Halo being on PlayStation, as cool as it is for me to be able to play it, it's weird. It's very weird. And I don't want Xbox to go away. And I want that fan base to still have a console. I don't want them to go the way of Sega. I want them to stay around. I want them to stay in the fight and be great competition for Sony and Nintendo. We need more competition. But yeah, I just wanted to bring a bit of positivity to the Xbox conversation, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Now, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to share your thoughts and opinions below. What are some of your favorite memories on the Xbox 360? I'd love to read them. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the bell icon on the channel. I know you get sick of hearing this stuff, but it keeps you up to date on my next upload. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. And I still haven't forgiven you, Don Matrick. I never will.